months of giving help and support for those in need is very good, as these actions of generosity can encourage hope and the needy become aware that there are people who care about them.
Giving also provides the opportunity for those in less need to offer their help plus support to people to move on until they achieve their fullest potential to get back on their feet again. I have a real pleasure in giving these worthy causes support and encouragement to our fellow human beings as it can lead them to be happier and peaceful life.
As Buddhists, we actively practice generosity, which is one of the key actions in Buddhism. Today, we give to the monks, so today is a very special day, as well as these food donations to the charities. This gives us good merits as Buddhists. So today is a special day as we come out from the temple to be with and help the community, to show the local people what we do, and also to help local people who are less fortunate than ourselves with the support of food donations.
In about 5 to 10 minutes, it will be the start of the ceremony. I would like to invite everyone to join us. Today is a very rare and special day as there will be 21 monks and Noid monks here with us today. There are monks who have come to join us from Scotland, Sri Lankan, Burmese and Indian temple. We are also honored but today to have the mayor from Woking, Councillor Saj Hassan, and 8 former mayors joining us to be part of the ceremony. It is a rare opportunity for us in the UK to offer food alms offers to 21 monks and Noid monks from different places. We got Burmese temple from Mokho temple, Venerable Kavisara, Venerable Mandara Linkara, and from Colindale temple, Venerable U Panasara and Venerable Kumuda. From Indian temple, Bante Bhattan Chetawan. From Wolverhampton Buddhist temple. And from Sri Lankan temple, we got Bante Sumana Rana. From Edmonton temple, and also joining us with monastic Chandrakirti Mehanin Wahanse, the Buddhist temple in Guildford.
Today's ceremony will start with a traditional Buddhist chanting. We will start the ceremony at 10 o'clock. So we will start with the Buddhist chanting, followed by the request 5 precepts. And then will be open ceremony, opened by the mayor of Woking, followed by the open speech by the Buddhist Association, the representative of the Buddhist Association, and then there will be opening speech by the abbot of Wat Padmakaya London Temple. And after that will be giving samples of food ceremony, which is be given to the Walking Food Bank as well as the York Road Project. And after that will be the ceremony of food offering to the monastic congregation, followed by the meditation time by Dr. Nicholas Tanisaro. And after that will be blessing given by the monastic congregation. And then the alms giving ceremony will start at 11:20.
อีก10 นาที เราจะอ่านตรงนี้แบบพลางๆไหมครับแล้วตรงนี้ค่อยไปอ่านตอนตักบาตรพออยู่เนอะงั้นพี่เริ่มเลยก็ได้นะครับ อีก10 นาทีอาจจะประมาณสัก2 บทเอาอยู่ด้านหลังผมหนีบไว้เซต2ใช่ครับ
If in your lifetime you've never been to a Buddhist country or attended any similar Buddhist ceremony, it is a great time to join us at this Almsgiving ceremony. common practice we do in Thailand and other Buddhist countries, where people go to the temple or when monks collect food every morning on a daily basis.
Dana, or the Almsgiving, is an essential Buddhist practice and one of the most common practices among Buddhists. It is about generosity and openness, our capacity to embrace others with our compassion and love. It is an act of loving kindness to others. It's also a way to support the monks who study and practice the Buddha's teaching. By offering them food at the same, we learn to give and let go.
In Buddhist customs and traditions, giving alms. The act of giving alms to monks has been practiced by Buddhists for thousands of years. It's associated with doing good things, and the belief is that these will bring about peace and happiness. There are many ways in which Buddhists can make merit, and among them are giving alms,
ตอนแรกที่วางไว้ตรงนู้น
giving
น่ะ
life
เราลองถาม
according to
ถามพี่
religious
อ้น
precepts,
ถามพี่อ้น
prayer and meditation.
Almsgiving is very common practice and usually done at the break of dawn when Buddhist monks begin their alms rounds. Lay people are required to prepare food and water and wait for the monks to approach them when their alms bows. อะไรครับเดี๋ยวเหรอ
It is important to note that women are prohibited by physical contact with monks, regardless of her age, nationality, or religion. Every female alms donor must take care not to touch the monk when she's offering food to him.
Once food and water have been placed inside the bowl, the monk will place the lid on top of his alms bowl and recite a prayer as a blessing to his donor, after which the merit making will be considered as officially over. Buddhist gives alms for a number of reasons. One example is in honor of deceased loved ones, the belief being that they will not have to suffer from hunger in the afterlife.
The common rule when making merit is to ensure that the mind is purified. After purity has been achieved, the Buddhist proverb of do good and good will come into you will be true. The Buddha taught that when we give to others, we give without expectation of reward. We give without attaching to either the gift or the recipient. We practicing giving to receive, to release greed and self-clinging.
Giving is good because merit is accumulated and creates good karma, which will bring happiness in the present time and after lifetime. The tradition practiced here today may seem new and unusual, but in a country somewhere like Thailand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, or other Buddhist countries, this is a traditional everyday practice where the monks will go out in the mornings to gather up their alms to collect food from people, and it is very rare to see in Western countries like here today. อีก7 นาที จะบอกว่าเมเยอร์คนเนี้ยเมื่อวันนั้นผมไปกับหลวงพี่ตอนพบที่โพสต์ออฟฟิศแล้วผมเห็นเขาทำงานที่นั่นแล้วคือเขาเป็นเจ้าของโพสต์ออฟฟิศแล้วผมรู้เขาเป็นพนักงานทั่วไปผมก็แต่คือไม่เห็นชื่อเขาเลยไม่รู้ว่าเขาเป็นเมเยอร์แต่เขาอยู่ที่โพสต์ออฟฟิศแล้วคือเขารับเงินผมไปทำงานอยู่ก็เลยแบบไม่ได้เอะใจตลกมากเกือบโป๊ะ
ให้เขามานั่งที่เลย Good
Morning, Simon. For anyone who walks around this place, you are all very most welcome to join our amazing ceremony, the International Almsgiving, today. But there's an alms provided in our place already, so you can come and join the sacred ceremony here with us today.
The ceremony will be starting in about 5 minutes, so I would like to welcome everyone to come and join us. Find yourself a seat, you can sit comfortably, and anyone would welcome to join our Almsgiving ceremony. All the donations go towards the food bank, the walking food bank and York Road project. The items that we are accepting for these donations are the long grain rice or any type of rice, crisps, long life juice, chocolate, long life sponge puddings, small jars of coffee, pasta sauce, instant mashed potato, tin mixed vegetable, canned chicken, tomato ketchup, bottled water, noodles or pot noodles, cup soups, cooking sauces, snack items, cereals, cereal bars, crackers, sugar sachets, coffee sachets, UHT milk sachets, pots and hot chocolates. Like I say, these donations you'll be giving to the monastic congregations today will be go towards the walking food bank and the York Road project.
So joining us for the ceremony here today is not just about to learn about Buddhist traditions ceremony, but also you will have a part to share and also offer all the items and necessities in need to the people who are in need, like food bank projects and also local project. They will all distribute all these items to the people in need.
People are delaying sitting down and telling us here.
อีก3 นาที
Of course, you're in control of everything.
Please all stand up to welcome the monastic community and rest your palms together to pay respect.
I would like to invite everyone to pay respect to the triple gems by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, bow. May we all together pay respect to the monastic community by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, bow. May we all pay respect by recite the verses to pay respect to the triple gems all together. อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภควาพุทธังภควันตังอภิวาเทมิ bow สวากขาโตภควตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมสสามิ bow สุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิ bow. Please be seated. Now we are requesting the 5 precepts from the triple gems. According to the wise, keeping the precepts is a precursor, the foundation, and the origin of all goodness. It is the chief amongst the virtues. Keeping one's precept pure protects one from succumbing to all evil behaviors, brings joyfulness of mind, and is the harbor from which one can set sail up on the birth and date towards nirvana. Thus, without further ado, all are now invited to proclaim the verses for the request of the five precepts together. มะยังพันเตวิสุงวิสุงรักขณทายาติสรเนนะสหปัญจศีลานิยาจามะทุติยัมปิมะยังพันเตวิสุงวิสุงรักขณทายาติสรเนนะสหปัญจศีลานิยาจามะตติยัมปิมะยังพันเตวิสุงวิสุงรักขณทายาติสรเนนะสหปัญจศีลานิยาจามะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิทุติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิทุติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิทุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิทุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิทุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิทุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิตติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิตติยัมปิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิติสรณะคัมนังนิธิตังอามะพันเตปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิอทินนาทานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิอาทินนาทานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิชาจาราเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิชาจาราเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยมัชฌะปมาทัฏฐานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยมัชฌะปมาทัฏฐานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิอิมานิปัญจสิกขาปทานิสีเลนะสุขติงยันติสีเลนะโภคสัมปทาสีเลนะนิพุติงยันติตัสมาสีลังวิโสทะเยสาธุบาวบาวบาว So welcome everybody to our Prathamakaya event on this very special occasion. It is my pleasure to announce the opening of the International Almsgiving Ceremony 2022. May you enjoy this auspicious day all together.
Before we begin, I would like to invite Mr. Mark Hua, the representative of the Buddhist Association, to give everyone a brief history of the almsgiving ceremony and the reason we are gathered here today. Thank you.
Honourable monks, Mr. Mayor and past Mayor, distinguished guests, fellow Buddhists, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on behalf of Wat Prat Dhammakaya London, I would like to welcome you all to the 4th International Almsgiving ceremony held here in Jubilee Square, Woking. I'd like to take this opportunity to give you some background for today's events before we start. Almsgiving has been a traditional in this country since the Middle Ages, but the concept of giving to the poor and needy actually go back much further to ancient India, where more than 2,000 years ago, religious congregations, particularly the Buddhists, used to give alms to monks and ascetic as a way of cultivating the virtue of generosity. Almsgiving has since become one of the most widespread practice amongst Buddhists as a way to support monks, which then allow them to study and teach without having to worry about where their next meal is coming from. For Buddhists, almsgiving can even be thought of as a way of building community because it ensures that the lay and the monastic community of Buddhists remain dependent on one another. Today, the monks are representative for all the poor and needy in Woking Borough in order to collect necessities on their behalf for those who have a greater need than themselves. Consequently, the majority of food donated will be given to the York Road Project, Woking Food Bank, and other relevant groups in need of support, whether they be victims of homeless, poverty, or domestic abuse. On behalf of the organisers and Buddhist community, may I take this opportunity to thank the Abbot of Wat Prat Dhammakaya London, Venerable Maharanapop Jyotilabo, all representative of monastic community from all over England, Scotland, India, Myanmar, and Sri Lanka. His Worship, the Mayor of Woking, Councillor Saj Hassan, who has honoured us with his opening speech, Martin Pooley, Head of Operation at Woking Shopping Centre, Trish Adam, the Woking Shopping Centre Administrator, and finally Pauline Jackson, the Mayoral and Civics Event Support Officer, all of whom have given help and support in order to make this event a success. Finally, it is a great honour to have so many of you present to join our 4th International Almsgiving today, and it is my sincere hope that although some parts of the ceremony may be in unfamiliar languages, everyone can fully participate in the almsgiving ceremony and meditation today, so that by all of us giving back to society in this way, poverty and strife can be alleviated from our borough. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Markwa. Now I would like to invite Councillor Saj Hassan, the Mayor of Woking, to give the opening speech for everyone.
venerable sirs, past mayors, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure for me to attend this 4th International Almsgiving ceremony here in Woking today. Many of you may be familiar with the organisers of today's ceremony because for 18 years here in Woking, the Dhammakaya Buddhist Temple has organised teachings, ceremonies and meditation classes. What you may not know is that the same Buddhist temple also gives back to society in a very spectacular ways, with thousands of school children, beavers, cubs, scouts and guides learning about diversity at the temple on visits each year. The temple also supports the users of mental health services and the special needs community. It has even provided Buddhist funeral rites for the all too many loved ones we have lost in the pandemic. This is not my first time at Almsgiving ceremony, as I also attended the 3rd International Almsgiving ceremony as Deputy Mayor back in 2019, before the COVID outbreak. Although we are now starting to look beyond the negativity of the pandemic, many of us have been reminded of the importance of taking care of ourselves and others physically, emotionally and spiritually, and helping those in need as we have the opportunity to do with this International Almsgiving. Almsgiving ceremony. This way of celebrating the compassionate values of exemplified by Buddhism is an especially pregnant way of expressing our goodwill for those less fortunate than ourselves. The food gathered here from this Almsgiving will be passed on in support of the York Road Project and Woking Food Bank for the poor and needy who use their services. I sincerely believe that generosity can encourage and return a sense of hope to the poor and needy, to reconfirm that they have not been abandoned in their plight. On behalf of the people of Woking, may I take this opportunity to thank the Buddha Temple, the abbot, monks, staff, volunteers for their hard work in organising this Almsgiving ceremony. And at this time, without further ado, I would like to declare the 4th International Almsgiving ceremony open. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saj Hassan. Now I'd like to invite Prat Maha Pranapot Chodilapo, the abbot of Wat Dhammakaya, London, to give a speech for everybody, please.
Venerable monks, Mr. Mayor, past mayor, distinguished guests, fellow Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On behalf of the monastic community, I would like to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your opening speech, while also conveying gratitude to all the organizers for their help and support. From the Buddhist community in Woking, I would like to reiterate our great sense of privilege to be able to share in supporting the York Road Project and the Woking Food Bank with donate food for their benefits. They service users. As monks, we take a vow of poverty, but to choose to lead a lifestyle of simplicity is really different from having the same circumstance thrust upon you by the challenge of life. So today, we are pleased to be able to do something tangible to help others who find themselves in a bad place. In Buddhism, we believe that sharing with others brings material benefits, not only to the recipient of the gifts, but also spiritual benefits to the giver. So my sincere
Thank you very much. Now may I invite the representative of the York Road Project to receive the food sample from the Mayor of Woking.
Nó lại bay. Ngô. love to have everybody to join us in the historic group photo of the day. So our photographer will take the group photo of the whole place here. And may I invite all the mayors and the representative from York Road Project and Food Bank to stand in front of the Buddha statue together with the monastic community here.
It's okay. Please.
ผมพลาดแล้วไม่ได้ใส่นี้เข้าไปกรุ๊ปโฟโต้ไม่ได้ใส่ชื่อ
Enjoy with the Indian song.
นี่ผมพิมพ์มาให้ May I invite all the monastic community to stand up? VIP. Great, just stand still and smile. Podium. Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, many monks. Yeah, I do.
Thank you, everybody.
You okay?
That was the historic photo group that we have for our special day at Almsgiving 2022. Next is the reflection time. Now may I invite Alison Buckland, the representative of Walking Food Bank, to say hello and share her words about this special day, please.
Hello, good morning everybody. Just want to say what a pleasure it is to be here today to celebrate the fourth annual International Almsgiving ceremony with you all. It's lovely to be invited, a great pleasure. I actually think I was at the first one and have been obviously sad that we haven't been able to do this in the last few years. It's really lovely to be part of this community and have the monastic community come and share with us and allow us to join with you today. And we'll be very grateful for the donations we have. We've had them over the last few years, and it'd be really lovely to see you in a few weeks' time when you'll come and donate the goods to us, and we'll be able to share them with other people in our community who are struggling. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Alison. Now may I invite Stephen Ireland, the representative of the York Road Project, to have
Thank you.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for having us today from York Road Project. York Road Project is a charity that's operated here in Woking for 21 years, supporting those experiencing or at risk of homelessness. Unfortunately, times have been very difficult for many people over the few years with the pandemic, and obviously the cost of living keep increasing consistently, and of course unfortunately this has a knock-on effect on individuals. We do have to remember that homelessness can happen to anyone, and we are so honoured to be here today and for this wonderful community to respect that and understand that and come together and show the love and the support for those people that are less fortunate, that need the support of a charity like York Road Project. So from everybody at York Road Project, Kub Kun Krup. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Now we will give the verses to offer food to the monastic community. Generosity is the mark of the wise man. The discerning will choose the right time and the very base of food and drink to offer to those monks who lead a celibate life. Because giving to monks who lead a celibate life are a field of merit, who yield the very highest of merit for the giver.
By offering food to monks, it is said that you offer 5 qualities of life: long life, good complexion, good health, strength, and wisdom. Thus, who gives will receive these qualities of life in return. Merit alone can be our refuge. Thus, without further ado, our listeners are invited to repeat after congregation representative the verses for the offering of the midday meal at Sankadana together. Today we have representatives to offer food to the monastic congregation in Bali language, Pontip Sarin, in English, Liu Han Jiao, and in Thai, Natya Cham Pailot.
หันธรรมยังพุทธัสสะภะคะวะโตอุปภาคณมการังกะโรมาเซนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
อิมานิมะยังพันเต
อิมานิมะยังพันเต
พัตตานิ
พัตตานิ
สปะริวารานิ
สัปปะริวารานิ
ภิกขุสังคสะ
ภิกขุสังฆสะ
โอโนชยามะ
โอโนชยามะ
สาธุโนพันเต
สาธุโนพันเต
ภิกขุสังโฆ
ภิกขุสังโฆ
อิมานิ
อิมานิ
พัตตานิ
พัตตานิ
สปะวิราวารนิ
สัปปะริวารานิ
ปฏิอังหาตุ
ปฏิคันหาตุ
อัมหากัง
อัมหากัง
ทีฆารตัง
ทีฆรตัง
หิตายะ
หิตายะ
สุขายะ
สุขายะ
นิพพานายะ
นิพพานายะ
จะ
จะ Now it's in English language. On this occasion, venerable monks, we seek your permission to offer this meal to the monastic community, together with its associated gifts. May the monastic community receive this meal and these gifts from us for our everlasting benefit, happiness and attainment of nirvana. Now in Thai language. ข้าแต่พระภิกษุสงฆ์ผู้เจริญ ข้าพเจ้าทั้งหลาย ขอน้อมถวายภัตตาหาร พร้อมด้วยบริวารทั้งหลายเหล่านี้ แด่พระภิกษุสงฆ์ ขอพระภิกษุสงฆ์จงรับภัตตาหาร พร้อมด้วยบริวารทั้งหลายเหล่านี้ พ พร้อมด้วยบริวารทั้งหลายเหล่านี้
ของข้าพเจ้าทั้งหลาย
ของข้าพเจ้าทั้งหลาย
เพื่อประโยชน์
เพื่อประโยชน์
เพื่อความสุข
เพื่อความสุข
เพื่อมรรคผลนิพพาน
เพื่อมรรคผลนิพพาน
แก่ข้าพเจ้าทั้งหลาย
แก่ข้าพเจ้าทั้งหลาย
ตลอดกาลและนานเทอญ
ตลอดกาลและนานเทิน
สาธุ
Next, may I invite Venerable Dr. Nicholas Tanisaro to lead the meditation session and give us a blessing.
So, just before we come to the time when the monks will give their
ตามเวลาพิธีเขาข้าม
formal
มันนี้เลย
blessing for the
แสดงว่าพิธีเริ่มเสร็จประมาณ
transfer of
11
the
โมงครึ่ง
food, which will take place as part of the almsgiving ceremony in a few moments. I would like to
เมื่อก่อนมี
invite
มี
everyone
เหรอครับตรง
just
นี้
to spend
อ๋อ
a few moments
แล้ว
of
ทำไมเขา
your
ไม่ได้เฟอร์ของ
time
เดิมไม่เข้าใจ
to cultivate the purity and serenity of your mind in order to magnify and multiply the benefits arising from the food sharing that is taking place today.
เสียงมัน
So if
ไม่
you'd like to
ไม่
close
เซอ
your
ร์ราว
eyes
พอ
just for a few moments, allow your whole body to relax. And breathe deeply to yourself. Breathing all the way in the cool, refreshing air from around you. And as you breathe out, you may feel that you're letting go of any residual worries or concerns still on your mind. Once again, we breathe the fresh air from around us, noticing the cool breeze that is blowing right through us. As we breathe out, we let go of any negativity still on our mind. The cultivation of the mind, otherwise known as meditation, is a way to relax and go deeper inside of ourselves to touch upon the true qualities of our being. But in order to reach that deep inside us, we need to make sure both body and mind are relaxed first of all. The best way to do this is to scan down initially through our body, making sure any muscles in our body are free of any tension. So starting at our head, we relax the muscles of our face, allowing them to become soft. Relaxing our jaw, relaxing our neck, and letting our shoulders drop to their natural height. We can relax both arms, our forearms, and then our hands and fingers. So that even the way our hands rest on our lap is as light and gentle as possible. Continuing on down, we relax all the muscles of our torso, relaxing our chest, our trunk, especially across our belly, and then relaxing both of our legs all the way down to our feet and our toes. So that we feel at ease with our body, so that all the knots of tension gradually fall away, leaving our body to feel light in weight, free of any tension. And this will allow our awareness to leave behind our body and go deeper to a place inside us that is full of serenity, happiness and joy, far away from the heat of the outside world to a place that is cool and refreshing within ourselves. So to engage with a sense of relaxation inside us, we put aside any worries and concerns, regrets from our past, plans for the future, being in the here and now as much as we can. And conjuring up in our mind a sense of happiness and joy, like tiny particles of happiness and joy inside us. If it doesn't come naturally to mind, we can perhaps think of the happiness that all the donations of food that we have gathered together today will bring to all the people who are able to receive our gifts. To be able to alleviate the poverty and suffering of those less fortunate than ourselves. Actually, to be able to give that happiness to others also brings our happiness to ourselves. And if we magnify and multiply that sense of happiness inside us, it leaves us with a sense of worth and self-esteem, not so much self-pride, but a sense of having been able to do something good for the world, to make a change in the right way, to go against the current of problems and trauma and anxiety, which is otherwise so rife in the society around us. Sometimes we can't imagine the faces of those who will receive our gifts, but in general we have a feeling that what we are able to give to others somehow will find the right place, find the right people, and bring about a change for the good in the world. So bringing about that sense of happiness inside us, we allow it to go deeper inside ourselves, as if inside us were just a hollow space, with a space now filled with that goodness, a feeling of well-being and goodwill for others, no matter who they may be. We allow it to coalesce inside of ourselves, in a space inside our body, and allow it to drop deeper inside ourselves until it comes down to the point of a deepest breath inside ourselves, somewhere on the level of our diaphragm, some place you may also know as your solar plexus inside you, a place which is got the maximum number of nerve endings inside our body. It is said that if we can bring our mind gently to this place, then it will be the place of maximum peace, maximum positivity in our lives. As a way to keep our mind in place, if we find it difficult, we may think of a picture like the cool full moon shining in the sky, or maybe a star, maybe a diamond inside us, even brighter than the sun itself. Something that's bright, with a sense of coolness and refreshedness from the inside that grows and spreads inside ourselves. Initially, we allow it to grow and spread to refresh the whole of ourselves. If we can, we allow it to spread beyond ourselves, outwards, with a sense of good wishes for all those around us here in the Jubilee Square. Wider still to all the general public here in Woking City Centre. Wider still to the whole of Surrey and all the communities that live as our neighbours, as our colleagues, as our families, as our extended families, even to those strangers out there in society who we may not know their faces, but we also wish goodwill towards them all. We allow it to grow and spread with a sense of peace and happiness and harmony, sharing ever wider circles in the world around us. Allow this good feeling to spread around the world, across all the continents of the world, continents where they may be in peace, continents where they may be in conflict, but our wishes are for the peace and harmony of all in the world. Abundance, provision, for all to be free of need, to be provided for, with the belief that the resources in the world are certainly enough to go round. All it needs is for the people in the world to be able to have the goodwill to share what they have for the benefit of others. Working, we've seen this with the York Road project, with our food bank projects, helping to do it on a local level, but with our wide good intentions for the whole world. We hope that this precedent here in our town of Woking, here in the borough of Woking, will be something that will catch on and spread for the benefit of all in the world. We spread our good wishes in this way for ourselves and for others, just for a few moments in silence before we come to time for when the monks will give the official formal blessing, which will precede the almsgiving ceremony itself.สัพเพพุทธาปลปทาปัจเจกานัญชยัมบาลังอรหันตานัญจเตเจนะระคัมบันตามิสัพพโสสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนะสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสธีภาวันตุเท So if you'd like to come to the end of your little meditation for today, we come to a time when the monks are about to give the blessing for the transfer and the sharing of the food today. So just prior to the blessing, which will be in the Indian Pali language, I will give a few words of explanation to say that it is a wonderful event that we have managed to overcome the pandemic, to come back together again, to share in the public arena with the sharing again of food for the less fortunate amongst us in our community today. The monks themselves live a life of poverty, which means not abject poverty, but we take only what we need and we pass along what is excess to our needs for the benefit of others. And generally speaking, we are able to do this on occasion at Christmas or New Year. We give what is excess to our needs. But without the support of the Woking Borough Council, then opportunities to do this outside of our usual private gifts to the York Road community or to the food bank is very hard to organize. But when we are able to be public again, able to share in-person activities again together after 2 years of a break, we are able to leverage the public goodwill in a way which is much more spectacular. And when we were asked by the Surrey Interfaith Committee, what can we actually do for those in poverty in Surrey and in our local community, then we realized that the almsgiving ceremony that we traditionally do anyway might be a portal as a way to attract the generosity of the people of Woking to be channeled more favorably and more spectacularly into the projects that we have already in place in our local council. So today we will have an almsgiving, and what will happen is the monks with their black bowls will go around, and the idea is that the people put a piece of food which they have prepared little by little into the bowls of the monks, and then the monks will relinquish the bowls of food to be sorted later and then given to the appropriate places afterwards. So what you see today is the monks being the representatives for the poor and needy in our community, going around in their orange or brown robes in quite a visible way, but the monks don't keep the food goes on to the York Road project and to the food bank as well. In the old days, this sharing was in fact something which was something the public came together to do It's ironic that in times of drought, in times of famine, then the people will come together to do good things, to sort of turn around the environment or turn around the circumstances into something better. And ironically, during our mini heat wave here in the UK, we haven't actually got wildfires breaking out yet, but I think we are feeling the heat, certainly. Maybe this is the continuation of that age-old tradition to turn around something, to turn a crisis into an opportunity. So in a few minutes, the monks are going to give a blessing in the Pali language, and the Buddhist way of doing generosity is a little bit ironic in that it tends to focus on the benefits to the giver rather than the benefits to the receiver. But the way it goes, and what you will hear from the Pali blessing in a moment, is that those who give will have good things coming back to them in many levels, whether it be the food giving the strength, the quick-wittedness, the long life, the good complexion, or the abundance in life. All of those things will come back to those who give. Just as they give, then they will receive those things manifold in return. So in a moment, the monks will give the blessing in the Pali language, but in just a little bit of introduction to that, I would like to say that the traditional blessing, which you will hear in the Pali language, in English goes something like this: that through the power of all the good things that you have brought together to share today, the monastic community can put their hands in a gesture of prayer. May all these good things magnify and multiply in your life, so that everyone who has a chance to participate in today's activity, no matter how small, will also have a part of abundance, happiness, strength, health in life. Wherever you go, may you receive hospitality and good reception in every place. Wherever you go, may you be well received. May the good wishes you have in life come to fruition easily. So don't wish just for yourself, but wish for much greater things to happen for the good in society. And may you have strong health, happiness, and safety in life. If you wish for others, then may those others also be helped by your wishes. May they come true in every way. And may this happen not just in this day, but for many days to come throughout your life, and also forevermore. So if you'd like to put your hands together in a gesture of prayer now, and the monks will give the blessing in the Pali language, which is all of what I just said, but now in the ancient language of Buddhism from 2,000 years ago, which is the Indian language called Pali. For those of you who like to pour water for the transfer of merit to loved ones who have passed away, you can also pour that water at this time. ยะถาวาริวหาปุรังภริปุเรนทิสาครังเอวังเอวะอิโตทินังเพทานังอุปกาปติอิจิตังปัจจิตังตุงหังคิปะเมวะสมิจจตุสาเปปุเรนโทสังคปาจันโทปนรโสยถามณิโชติราโสยถาเววัจันทสาปโรโควินัยสัตุมาเทปวัตวันทารายโยสุขีทีคายโยโคปวสาพิติโยเววัจันทสาปโรโควินัยสัตุมาเทปวัตวันทารายโยสุขีทีคายโยโคภาวสาปิติโยเววัจันทสาปโรโกเวนัสสัตุมาเทปวัตวันทารายโยสุขีทีคายโยโคภาวะปิวะทานาสิเรสนิจังบุทาปจาเยโนจัตตารโอธรรมาวะทันติอายุวันโนสุขังภาลัง รัตนาทยานุภาเวนะรัตนาทยเตจะสาธุคารโรคาปยาเวระโสคาสาธุจุภาทวะอเนคาอันธรายาภิวินาสันตุอาเสสัตโตจยสิทธิธนาลาพังโสทิภาคยังสุขังปลังสิริอายุชวันโนจะปวกังวุธีจยสวะสัทวาสาจะอายุงจะจีวสิทธิปวันทุเทปวัตุสาปมังกลังราคันตุสาปเทวตาสาปปุถธานุปาเวนัสทาโสทิปวันทุเทปวัตุสาปมังกลังราคันตุสาปเทวตาสาปธรรมานุปาเวนัสทาโสทิปวันทุเทปกาลังราคันตุสาปเทวตาสาปสังฆานุอาเวนัสทาโสทิปาวันทุเท
สาธุ May I invite everyone to pay respect to the monastic community by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, bow. Before we begin the food offering ceremony, I would like to invite everyone to hold a food box in front of you and make a wish together for the future. And the representative to lead us making wishes today is Kalayanamit Liu Han Zhao. Sutinang Vatamethanang Asavakayavahang.
So we are going to line up for the almsgiving now.
May these arms
I think leave behind the
I
shoes.
added on these days before and ends of all defilements.
ถอดรองเท้าด้วยนะครับถอดรองเท้าด้วยนะครับ
Now I would like everyone in each row, the first and the second row just face together, and the third row and the fourth row face together. So you turn your chair into the center, where the first row and the second row face to each other, and the third row and the fourth row face to each other. แล้วเดี๋ยวเรารีพีทอันนี้อีกรอบระหว่างเขาตัก
Now I would like to invite the monastic community to receive almsgiving.
And now the Almsgiving ceremony is already started. Anyone who walks around here, you are all invited to join us by offering food to the monks' bow. And all of these alms will be distributed to Food Bank Project under your project to help out any people who are in need. So you can come and join us.
Today some of these donated foods that you're giving today will be kept for the monks, and the rest will be given towards the Walking Food Bank and the York Road Project. And a group of people who need our support, such as people who experience homelessness, poverty, and domestic violence, or to those who are less fortunate than us.
เดี๋ยวผมกลับมาตรงนี้เนาะ If in your lifetime you've never been to a Buddhist country or attended any similar Buddhist ceremony, this is a great time to join us at this almsgiving ceremony. This is a common practice we do in Thailand and other Buddhist countries where people go to the temple or when monks collect food every morning on a daily basis. You may now proceed to the alms to the alms bowl. Dana, or the almsgiving, is an essential Buddhist practice and one of the most common practices among Buddhists. It is about generosity and openness, our capacity to embrace others with our compassion and love. It is an act of loving kindness to others. It is also a way to support the monks who study and practice the Buddhist teachings. By offering them food, at the same, we learn to give and let go.
The act of giving alms to monks has been practiced by the Buddhists for thousands of years. It's associated with doing good things, and the belief is that these will bring some peace and happiness. There are many ways in which Buddhists can reap merits, and among them are giving alms, living life according to religious precepts, praying and meditation.
Almsgiving is very common practice and usually done at the break of dawn when Buddhist monks begin their alms rounds. Lay people are required to prepare food and water and wait for the monks to approach them with their alms bowl.
It is important to note that women are prohibited from physical contact with the monk, regardless of her age, nationality, or religion. Every female alms donor must take care of not to touch the monks when she's offering food to him.
Once food and water have been placed inside the bowl, the monk will place the lid on top of his alms bowl and recite a prayer as a blessing to his donor, after which the merit making will be considered as officially over. Buddhists give alms for a number of reasons. One example is in honor of deceased loved ones, the belief being that they will not have to suffer from hunger in the afterlife.
The common rule when making merit is to ensure that the mind is purified. After purity has been achieved, the Buddhist proverb of do good and good will come into you will be true. The Buddha taught that when we give to others, we give without expectation of reward. We give without attachment to either the gift or the recipient. We practice giving to release greed and self-clinging.
As a special opportunity for gentlemen, we would like to invite all gentlemen to help transferring alms inside the bowl to the basket as well. Giving is good because merit is accumulated and creates good karma, which will bring happiness in the present time and after lifetime. The tradition practiced here today may seem new and unusual, but in a country somewhere like Thailand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, or other Buddhist countries, this is a traditional everyday practice where the monks will go out in the morning to gather their alms to collect food from people, and it is very rare to see in Western countries like here today.
I would like to rejoice in all your merits you have done today from the beginning of this ceremony, from doing Buddhist chanting,
For any people who walk around here, you are all very most welcome to join our ceremony as well. You can come and join us directly. We always have the alms offering prepared for you, so you can come and take your seat and offer these alms respectfully to the monk directly. Anyone who would like to experience the Buddhist tradition, this is the time for you. Once in a year that we hold the International Almsgiving, so please join us.
มันจะมีที่เขาเพิ่งใส่ใหม่ให้เขาใส่2ชิ้นก็ได้นะครับมันจะมี
Please remember that as we have practiced, learned to practice meditation earlier,
โอ้ยพี่เหงื่อ
when you're giving donations, please remember to place your mind at the center of your body
เราอยู่
to
เมืองไทย
refine,
หรือเราอยู่อังกฤษ
purify our mind.
เหมือนเล่นเกิน
As
ไป
we give to the monks, it will help benefit if you're giving to the next level.
For all the gentlemen, you are well. This is a special occasion for you. I would like to invite all the gentlemen to help transferring the alms from inside the boat to the to the back. And remember that these alms, these items will be delivered to the food bank project and the York Road project for the greater good of the people who are in need.
I would like to give a special thank you again for to be honored to have monks from across the country to come along to this ceremony. I would like to special thank you for the Buddhist monks from Mokau Temple, Clay Hall, Ilford, Venerable Kavisara, Venerable Mandara Linkara, as well as thank you for the Buddhist monks from Holindale Temple, Venerable Yu Panasara, who's got 36 Vasa, Venerable Kumada, who's got 28 Vasa, as well as a special thanks to the Indian monk Pante Bandan Taewan from Buddhist Temple in Wolverhampton under registered charity name, the International Buddhist Trust UK. A special thank you to the Sri Lanka monk Pante Sumana Rama from the Edmonton Temple. A special thank to Sri Lanka monastic Chandra Kirti Mehenin Mahandas from the Buddhist Temple in Guildford.
Once again, may I take this opportunity to say thank you to the Mayor of Woking, Councillor Saj Hassan, who gave us honor for giving us open speech on the third annual Almsgiving ceremony today, as well as Alison Buckland, the representative of Woking Food Bank, and Stephen Island, the representative of Your World Project, and also the former mayors included Councillor Will Forster, Tony and Mary Brannigan, Anne Rosebeck, Jean Smith, Tina Livingston, and Mrs. Shirley Livingston, and also Ian Eastwood. Thank you so much for coming and join us and be honored with us in this ceremony. Thank you.
ก็คือจะขอให้ช่วยเก้าอี้นะครับ เอามาเรียงไว้ตรงนี้ครับ เก้าอี้ส่วนกล่องมาไว้ตรงนี้ก็ได้ครับรวมกันตรงหน้าเสา
เก้าอี้ตรงนี้แล้วก็กล่อง
กล่อง
ที่ต่อได้เลยครับ
So we would also like to thank you for all of the people here coming over to join our Almsgiving ceremony today. I know some of you have traveled so far to be here. I also would like to thank all the volunteers in the Inner Peace and Defender teams, all the temple staff, the temple goers, for working so hard to this event all together in order to help and support many groups of people in need every year.
Without the help of these generous people and many artists, we would never have had this opportunity to hold the Almsgiving ceremony again today. So thank you all very much. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you for coming along. If you would like to come and see us at the temple, Wat Patamagaya in Nap Hill, the doors are always open and you are most welcome.
Also, if you're interested to learn about meditation, whether you're beginning or intermediate in Buddhism, we hold weekly meditation classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're also running our next weekend meditation retreat in September, September the 16th to the 18th. Thank you and rejoice in all of your merits we have done today.
So now you can help us by collecting all the books all together in one place at the sides of the place, and also the chairs get to the back of the place here. Myself and her MC, which we are all the best, and hope you had a great day.
Thank you.
And just before we go home, I would like to request your kindness to tidy up this place. Job done พี่กลับเลยปะครับเนี่ยหรือว่ากินข้าวด้วยกันก่อนไหมอ๋อนี่เร็วเสร็จเร็วมากเลยใช่เสร็จแล้วเพราะไม่มีสวดไอ้นั่นน่ะสวดพระบาทพระพุทธมนต์แสดงว่าเมื่อก่อนมันคราวที่แล้วมันจะเสร็จมา10 โมงอ๋อ